Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you want to see this full face, go ahead and check out my previous video using all Milani products. Now, let's go ahead and wash this makeup off and put on a brand new face. We are back and we are ready to play with some more makeup. Hello, my name is Mary. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you've been with us before, welcome back. I'm so excited to be creating another brand new face video for you guys. You may notice I might sound a little bit stuffy. I am still trying to get over being sick, so if my voice sounds a little funny or if you hear a little bit of sniffing and stuff, that's what that is. But anyways, I am so excited to be doing another brand new face video for you guys. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So for today's brand, we will be playing with Flower. I think sometimes they're referred to as Flower Beauty or Flower by Drew. I've never used a Flower product, I don't believe, but I'm very excited to. I've heard really good things about some of the products, so yeah, so I'm gonna pull up their website here and we'll just kind of see what the brand is about. So I've pulled up their About Us and there's really not actually a whole lot on here. Right at the top for the About, it says, "You're already beautiful, now let's play. Our passion is creating cosmetics and tools that not only make life easier and more fun, but look and feel amazing." So they want you to feel amazing in the products that they create. They are cruelty-free since day one. It says, "Beauty is for everybody. Our team loves makeup just as much as you do. And we believe that people everywhere deserve the best quality, most efficacious," I might be saying that word wrong, efficacious product at an affordable price. So great products at an affordable price. I love hearing that. And then it says, "Let's play. We are here to have fun. We don't take ourselves too seriously, but we're serious about creating kick-ass beauty products for you." That's really cute. So having fun with the makeup, loving the makeup that you're using, feeling good in the makeup that you're using. I think that's so important. And then just lastly on here, there's a little quote from Drew. Drew Barrymore is the creator of the brand. And she says on here, "It's about being the best you, the most joyous you, and empowered you." That's nice. Okay. So not a whole lot on the About Us, but pretty just simple, out there, affordable makeup, beautiful makeup, products that make you feel good, beautiful. So very, very excited about that. So let's clip our hair back here real quick. All right, we've got the clips in. So let's get started on the makeup. We're gonna go ahead and start out on the eyes like we usually do and prep the eyes by using the concealer. And actually, before we dive into it, we do have a full face of makeup. They do have a full, I usually use 15-ish products for a full face. They do have everything. There was one item that when I was purchasing everything for this I could not get, and that was the eyeliner. So we won't be using an eyeliner today, but everything else we will be putting on our face today. So the concealer is the Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. And here is what the packaging looks like. I like the squared edges. Clear container, plastic container. And the shade that I picked up is probably their lightest. Yeah, I got their lightest shade, L0.5 Ivory. So this is the lightest shade that's on their website currently. So then opening this up, it is a doe foot applicator. It's a skinnier one, but kind of long too. And then it comes up like quite an angle there. So there's that. I'm gonna dab a little bit of this on the eyes. And the beauty blender we're going to use today, I'm gonna use the Koki blender today, and we will just start blending that all over the eyelid. And it seems to be blending in nicely. It does look to be shearing out, providing just a slight bit of coverage on the eyes. Definitely can still see veining on the eyes. Maybe just a little bit tacky. I'm gonna build it up just a little bit more here to see if we can get a touch more coverage, but hopefully not any creasing. Okay, I think it built up slightly. I went in a little bit more than what I'm intended, so hopefully it won't crease up. But the veins aren't as noticeable on the eyelids. I would still say it's kind of a light coverage on the eyes. You can definitely feel it. Not sure if it'll crease up on us or not. So there is the concealer on the eyes here so far. Let's set that down and move into the eyeshadow. Okay, so they've got a smaller selection, but still a couple of options on the website for eyeshadows. The one that I was very excited to try out was the Desert Light. There it is. The Desert Light shadow palette. And it is a full shimmer palette, which is something I'm typically not always the biggest fan of. I like to have a good combination of mattes and shimmers, but I've heard really good things about people loving how these shimmer and glittery eyeshadows perform. So we're gonna be making a shimmery, glittery eye look today. And yeah, I'm hoping for good things just based off what I've heard from other people. I do already see a little bit of creasing starting on the eyes here. So not my favorite. So I'm still gonna try and make somewhat of a transition. I'm a little worried to do so with a soft fluffy brush. That glitter is gonna kind of poof everywhere and get all over, but we're gonna try it. So I think I want to start with this shade down here. And if I'm reading the back correct, this is Red Rocks right here. So dipping my M433 brush in there, we are going to start applying this in the crease as our transition shade. Okay, so there's that first shade. You are seeing the glitters, you are seeing the pigment of it. It is very based off the formula of the eyeshadow and kind of what I was saying earlier. Sometimes shadows like these don't always apply the best with like a fluffy brush, so I do think the pigment is a bit sheer. Let me just go ahead and try to swatch this and see. Ooh, yeah, it's very creamy, so it definitely looks a lot more pigmented this way. Yeah. Ooh, that is a beautiful color. So yeah, definitely pressed versus blended in with like a fluffier brush. Maybe a dense brush would maybe show obviously a little bit more pigment than this, than what we've got going on the eyes. So it is a nice little soft wash of color, but I really don't mind that for the transition currently. We are going to still use the brush here and just try to deepen things up slightly by going into the darkest shade here. This one called Terra. And then just kind of focusing that a little bit more on the outer part of the eye. Oh, that one seems to be a little more pigmented with the brush. And there we go. I definitely think that helped bring a little bit of shadow. Again, still soft. It definitely, being that it was a darker shade, I think came off as a little bit more pigmented than the first shade, but I do think that helps with our base here. I'll go ahead and swatch that one as well, right next to the other one. So deep and so rich, look at that. That is beautiful. I want to try to use pretty much every single color. I think what I'm going to do here next is using my finger, I'm going to dip into this top middle gold shade called Soul. And I'm going to pretty much apply that all over the lid. I'm going to try to go slightly sheer and not as like pressed on because I do want to also put these on the lid as well. But just kind of use this as a simple little base for all of that. And that is a beautiful gold. Ooh, I love it. That gold is beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it for you as well. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. Ooh, loving it. Okay, let's just keep piling it on. I'm going to go into the shade next to it here. I believe is called Horizon. I'm using my finger and pushing this kind of on the outer half. I'm probably gonna go in still with this deepest shade again and deepen up that outer bit, but I'll put a little bit of this out there too. I'm not doing a whole lot of that, but I can definitely see it there. It is beautiful. I will swatch that for you as well right next to that gold. Oh my gosh. Ah. Right there. Wow, these are stinking beautiful. And then next, I'm going to grab this bottom middle shade called Sahara, using that a little bit more on the inner of the eye, not quite the inner corner because we still got one more shade. Similar to the last one, I'm not using a whole lot. And that one, it has like pink and gold, so that one with the gold base underneath is a little bit harder to see, but I do still think it's beautiful. And so now that swatch, ooh, yeah, when swatched you see so much more of the pink. Maybe, light's probably kind of sharing it out there a little bit right there. Yeah, ooh, beautiful. And then lastly, I will use a brush for this. I'm gonna take the Morphe M213 brush, going into that last shade called Mirage. The last shade here called Mirage. I'm going to apply this in the inner corner, and I'm gonna do a little bit of an inner, like the inner crease, upper crease here, creating a fun little hit of light there. I mean, everything is so sparkly, so I don't know how noticeable this will be. Okay, that is every single eyeshadow on the upper lid here so far. Ooh, let me swatch that one for you too. Might as well. Ooh, it's so creamy. Ooh, we're gonna go on the bottom here. Down on the bottom there. Oh, man, every single one of these shades is just so pretty. Oh, and I wanted to darken out that outer bit just a little bit. I'm using my finger. Boop, 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 boop. I'm just gonna blend that in with the outer colors. Being that these are so creamy, they do just all mesh with each other so nicely. Like, it's hard to tell where one shade stops and the other one starts. You get so distracted by the beautiful glitters and the shimmers. Wow. Okay. There is the upper eyes here so far. I know it's all glitter, and usually I'd be like, oh, I wish I had some sort of matte base, which, I mean, yeah, I do like to structure my looks with like a matte base, but this is so pretty and so distracting. And the other thing that I'm super duper happy about, it's very minor, and it's probably because we used a brush initially. There's hardly any fallout coming down on the face here so far. I will need to take a little bit of a wipe just really close, but barely. There's not much there for fallout, which is insanely impressive. So I am loving the eyes here so far. I'm gonna get cleaned up here real quick. So I've gone ahead and quickly curled my lashes. Now we're gonna jump into mascara. They've got two currently on their site, but the one that we got was the Lash Warrior Mascara. And here is what the packaging looks like. I don't know how noticeable it is. Oh yeah, I think you can tell. And I didn't notice this when ordering. It is like this beautiful, like forest green that like shifts into a beautiful gold lid. That is so pretty. I just want to slightly see, I just want to check and see what this is intended to do. Over, they have like a plus sign, I'm imagining, over 150% full-blown volume and extreme length for your mightiest lash look yet. Full-blown volume, dramatic thickness, extreme length. Okay, ooh, I like length. I love a dramatic lash. Ooh, I'm hoping for really good things. Okay, so it does, I'm gonna coat it here a little bit more. There we go. So it does have a fairly larger applicator there. It is more of like the rubber kind of type applicators. It has like a curve to it, but also at the same time, it's kind of very slightly twisting almost. It's a little bit different than any that I've seen. It's not like bizarrely different. Try to show this off for you a little bit better. Kind of see that slight twist on it. It's very interesting. So let's apply this. Okay, there is one eye done so far, just the upper lashes here. Try to get in a decent angle so you can see my teeny tiny baby lashes. And I like it. I really do. I like the drama. I like the volume that it's giving. They're not staying super lifted, and that's just kind of a thing my lashes like to do. I think it's providing a little bit of length, not a whole lot. This is about 2 coats, so maybe I'll go in with another coat to see if I can get those to lift and get a little bit more lengthy. But I do like how they coated, and I do like the drama and the volume that it is bringing. That is nice. The applicator is a bit scratchy, so for people like me who have very small little lashes, not a lot of work room, you will feel that scratching. I don't really mind it, but just something to keep in mind for if it does bother you. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye here and maybe even build up a little bit more and just see how much more drama and length we can get. All right, there is the mascara on both eyes. Again, I like the volume. The length is there. It's not super dramatic length, but I do think the volume and the dramaticness that is coming from that, I do really enjoy. So I'm really liking the eyes here so far. We're gonna keep going and move on to the face now and do primer. So she's actually got quite the option for primers, and I almost think that maybe the packaging on this guy changed. It looks like it's this one. I think the only thing that changed is the tube being changed from white to black. But this is the In Your Prime Hydrating Primer. And it says it refreshes, moisturizes, conditions skin for comfortable, long-lasting makeup application. Okay. So good as a hydrating base for long-wearing makeup. Sorry, I'll show this off to you a little bit more. Here's the packaging. Again, I think they may have changed it to black packaging now, but it's got this very thick, like, little logo on the lid here, which I think is really, really nice. Other than that, it's just kind of a nice plastic squeegee tube. And then putting a little bit on the back of our hand here. Oop, popped it on my nose. Not really a scent or anything, from what my stuffy nose can smell so far. Seems to blend out really nicely. It does definitely feel hydrating, which this face needs. Around this nose area. I'm not really sure how foundation is gonna apply over that right now, but hopefully this hydrating primer will help with that. Yeah, I mean, it feels really nice blending it into the back of the hand here. Feels to sink in really nicely, which is something I love. It doesn't leave any weird slip or anything like that. So let's put a little bit more here on our fingers and apply this all over the face. Okay, that feels really nice on the face here. Hydrating, sinks in nicely, kind of cooling, which is really nice. With the hydration, it's kind of providing a little bit of a sheen to the face here. There's not any like particles in it or not materials, ingredients in it that like create glow, but I think just being it a hydrating kind of looks a little more healthy. It doesn't claim to do this, but it doesn't necessarily look to be like any blurring or pore filling or anything like that, which is something that I do usually like kind of in the center of the face here, but that's okay. But yeah, I like how it's feeling, I like how it's sinking in, and I like how hydrated the face feels. Okay, so next we have foundation, and for the foundation I got the Light Illusion foundation. So this is what it looks like. It has that similar nice and thick logo right on the lid there. It comes in a glass container and a pump. Two things that we super duper duper love. And then on the website here, it says it is lightweight and breathable, effortlessly blends imperfections and uneven skin tone, revealing a flawless, smooth finish. Trying to see kind of what the finish of it is. Medium buildable coverage, smooth and perfect. Soft luminosity, okay? Weightless, imperfects, uneven skin tones. Oh, and it does have broad spectrum SPF, broad spectrum SPF 18 in it. So SPF is always good for the skin. So I think it's supposed to have just a very slight, this is soft luminosity. Sorry, stuffiness is coming back. It is supposed to be a soft luminosity finish. So we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and use that Koki blender again. Well, let's just quickly first pump a little bit on the back of our hand so you guys can see this. Prime the pump. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. So slightly thickish, kind of velvety feeling. The shade that I got is I only got one, so hopefully it's a good shade match. Ivory L2, which is, I think the second shade. Nope, the third shade. Yep, third shade. It hopefully will be a decent skin match. I'm gonna pick that up off the back of our hand and use that and apply this all over. So while we are dabbing this in here, the last little bits, definitely right now, while it still hasn't like set down, is very, very glowy. A lot of shine to the face here. Not sure if that'll go away as it sets down. I think the shade that I got is maybe just a slight, one shade too dark, but I think we can definitely make it work. I would say light and then slightly buildable up to like a medium coverage, which is nice. I do think they said something about it being lightweight, like lightweight and breathable. I mean, it's not heavy feeling on the face at all. Definitely when you touch your face so far, it is tacky and feels like it would need to be set down. But I mean, it's not heavy feeling on the face at all, which is really, really nice. I do think it's covering really nicely and evening out the skin tone really nicely, so I do really like that. The biggest things I'm noticing are just the current kind of dewy finish of it. I think is just a little bit too much in kind of like the center of the face here, but we'll see kind of if that sets down and if we can maybe even set that a little bit more with powder as well. So yeah, there is the foundation. So let's go ahead and grab that concealer again and conceal under the eyes. I don't think I have too many things right now on the face that need to be concealed. All right, concealer is on. Here's what the face is looking like so far. A lot of that dewiness is still coming through from the foundation. I believe this 0.5 is currently their lightest shade. I would have liked for a little bit of a lighter shade to try to create a little bit more brightness, but I still think everything is looking really, really good, so I do like that. Let's Let's introduce the next product, which is the powder. And for powder, we got the, we got the Miracle Glow Satin Finish Powder. And the packaging of this thing is so interesting. It's kind of bulky, but I don't mind that. It's just very unique with this like flat edge here. It is a glow satin finish, so I guess I'm not too sure how much of this shine of the face will go away, but we'll see. You can't know until you try it out. But this does say it absorbs oils, smooths skin for a soft focus effect. Sets your makeup with a subtle veil, or a veil of subtle radiance. Micro pearl pigments diffuse light for an ambient glow, providing the ultimate finishing touch to your makeup. Okay, so opening it up here, this is the lid, this is the product here. It comes with a puff, and then you get access to the product there. I don't know that we'll use the puff. You can definitely see on the little bit that's like dropped onto the puff, there are little flecks in there. Ooh, yeah, this is gonna be pearly. Ooh, I haven't used a lot of like, well, I guess I have used a couple. I don't know, I get a little hesitant with the pearlier finishing powders and stuff. We'll see. I'm gonna dump it into the lid. I don't know if this will be an easy cleanup or not, but we're gonna still use the lid. And I am going to I'm gonna use one of our Sonia brushes here and apply that on there. And just first start checking the eyes here, making sure we're not creasing up, hopefully, and setting that down first. And then I'm going to try to be gentle around the nose area, because powders can definitely really mess with like icky, sick noses. So I'm going very extremely light in that area. I'd rather that the foundation just break apart there than me to try to go crazy heavy, trying to set it down and make it look all crusty with powder. Now I'm gonna dump a little bit more into that lid, grab a larger brush here, and set the rest of the face. All right, the face is set. You can see that pearl on the face. Like, it definitely is not a matte finish. It has set the face down. There's like a very slight tackiness still, but it's not uncomfortable or anything like that. I don't know how long this will keep the makeup in place. I can't tell what I think of the pearliness on the face. I think I like it in some areas and not so much in some other areas. Where like right here, I think it's really emphasizing some textures. But I do like it, of course, like in the high points and things like that. And I like it on the forehead here. I think that's looking really pretty. So I have to let it sit a little bit and see how we feel about it. But face is feeling great. Face is set. To some extent, I like the pearl, just kind of in certain areas. So now let's move on to the eyebrows. And for brows, I got the Draw the Line Eyebrow Pencil, and I have their shade Blonde. They have 3 shades on the website here currently. It is a smudge-resistant, self-sharpening, eye pencil, perfect for filling in sparse brows. Okay, interesting. Self-sharpening. So on one side, it does come with a spoolie. We do love that. And then on the other side, here is what the product looks like. It is a wider, let's get it centered here, Mary. It is a wider pencil. I do typically like the smaller, more micro pencils, but these can be nice for quickly filling in the brows. I'm so distracted by the whole self-sharpening thing. I don't know what that means. Maybe we'll find out as we're applying it. So let's go ahead and comb through the brows here and apply the product. All right, there are the brows filled in, and of course with it being like a wider brow pencil. They definitely filled in very, very quick. I'm really liking the blonde shade. That's looking really, really nice. I'm still confused by the whole self-sharpening thing. Nothing really like wowed me when filling them in that it stayed sharp, because it definitely like, did I, what? Well, it didn't, it didn't look like this when I put it back in. It had a rounded top. Did I do something? I'm confused. Is that what they mean by self-sharpening? That the lid just magically like flattens it? I'm confused. I'm confused by that right now. That was not expected. Oh, okay, now that's very crumbly. What? I might have just had it up and it maybe just pushed against the top. I don't know. I don't know what I did. Okay. But anyways, it wasn't, it was more rounded, obviously, after using a soft brow pencil. The product kind of rounds down. So I didn't understand what they meant by self-sharpening. I don't know what the heck I just did there. And I don't know what the heck I just did there. Oh, golly. Oh, my gosh. Anyways, got the lid back. I like how the brows are looking. I like how they filled in nice and quickly. Not as hair-like I get from like micro pencils, but honestly, sometimes it's nice just to have your brows quickly filled in, and these do look really, really nice. So that is the pencil. Let's go on to the brow gel now. And for gel, we have the Fiber Fix Brow Gel, and this comes in 3 shades on the site as well. Where did I put you? There you are. And I've also got the shade Blonde for this. So here is what the packaging looks like for that. It's got a nice like soft matte kind of feel. And then when opening it up here, it does have a nice small little spoolie. So let's go ahead and comb that through the brows. All right, that brow gel is applied. I do feel that it's just a slightly darker blonde than what the pencil is. So that's not always my favorite thing about a brow gel, but it does seem to dry down fairly quick. You can't really feel it, and it doesn't feel like the brow hairs are moving around, which is very, very nice. So I am liking that so far. Now let's go ahead and finish up under the eyes. I am going to use a slightly more dense brush here. This is the ColourPop E3 brush. And I think we're gonna start similar to the top. We're gonna start with the pink bottom shade here called Red Rocks. And really try to pack it on the brush in hopes that it doesn't fluff around too much. And just apply this all along the lower lash line. All right, and then using that same brush, we're gonna dip into that darkest shade, the one called Terra down here, and apply that on the outer part of the lower lash line. Doing a similar thing, kind of just like pressing it on the back of my hand and making sure that there's no loose product that's gonna fall down onto the face. Now I'm gonna try to kind of just create a very soft, flicked out wing with that. Ooh, that's cute. I like that. Okay, same brush here again, not even gonna clean it off. Now we're gonna go into that gold, the one called Soul in the top middle. And kind of just apply that on the center. And then lastly, going into the lightest shade, the one called Mirage. And blending that right into our inner corner. Yes, I think that is beautiful. I am loving that eyeshadow palette. Now I'm going to grab the mascara here again and finish up the eyes. Oh, I got my eyeball. Oh, oh baby. I did it again. I did it again in the exact same spot. Don't cry. Don't cry. It'll be all right. Oh. Okay. Mascara is applied to the lower lashes. The eyes are complete. I did struggle on this eye for sure. I poked it twice, which was not fun. So just something to keep in mind. It is a bigger applicator. It is kind of pokey and stuff. I don't mind that for the upper lash, but it is definitely with my smaller lashes harder to navigate for the lower lash. So that was a little bit tricky. We got it to work out here. The other thing I was noticing too, as I was close up like that, I was getting creasing from the concealer happening under the eye as well. So I've just gone and I've taken a smaller brush here. This is the ColourPop E20 brush, and just kind of blended those away. And then also use that if I did get any little mascara marks on the eye, blended those away as well with that. So not loving that I'm seeing creasing already on the lower lash, or not loving that I'm seeing creasing on the under eye here, especially after setting it with the powder, but just something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and keep working on the face here now. We are gonna go into bronzer. For bronzer, we got the Heatwave Luminous Bronzer, and they have 2 shades in the site. The one that I got is their L1 Sunrise. And so here is what it looks like. And then opening it up, here's what it looks like. You can definitely see that luminosity. It's got a marble effect to it. I think it's baked. No, it doesn't really say. But being that it has this whole marbled and kind of dome shape and stuff, it definitely looks a lot like the Catrice bronzer. So I'm instantly reminded of that. This one is, especially the Sunrise shade that I got, looks to be a little bit more cool tone. So I think that could be really nice for creating contour, shadow, and things like that. So excited to see how that'll work. It says marbleized color blends effortlessly for warm sun-kissed skin with a luminous finish. So we are going to take a fluffy brush. We're going to take our ColourPop F18 brush and dip on in and apply this. Ooh, yes. Yes. I like that. Okay, bronzer is on. A little goes a long way. It is noticeable with just a couple of little dabs, but I love this color. Ooh, it's so pretty. Yes, I'm really liking how this is looking. Yes, that looks beautiful. Love how quick that applied. Love this Sunrise shade. It's hard to tell if it's stuff underneath. It says it's a luminous bronzer. So yes, it does look loomy, but it doesn't look like it's like building a whole bunch over the top of everything. So the level of loomy that's coming from the face initially and the loomy of this aren't competing with each other or anything like that. So I think it is really, really pretty. So awesome. Let's move on to blush. For blush, I got the Flower Pots Powder Blush. And so here is what it looks like. I'll open it up for you like that. It's slightly different, but this reminds me of like the Milani, their Petal blushes or whatever. It just kind of has a little flower press in it. It's just so cute. So it instantly reminds me of that. But this says, ideal powder blush to warm up your complexion and show off your rosy glow. And the shade that I got is Warm Hibiscus PB4. So it looks to be that it has like little gold flecks in it. I'm not always the biggest fan of like a shimmer blush. So we'll see how this works out. Everything has kind of been kind of shimmery with every product that we've used for the most part. So I'm going to use an e.l.f. angled blush brush. I'll dip on in and apply to the cheeks. The blush is applied. Initially, the color of the blush isn't as like pigmented as I was expecting it to be. You definitely see the sheen of like the goldiness coming through, and you do see a little bit of the pink. It's just took a little bit to get it to show up. I mean, it is pretty. I don't love a shimmer blush usually, so it's not my favorite right now on my face, but it is really pretty. So there is that so far. And then now let's go into the highlighter. And for highlighter, I got their Day Glow Highlighting Glaze in the shade Stunner. They've got 2 shades on the site so far. Here's what it looks like. And then when you open it up here, here is what it looks like in the pan. Now it might be hard to tell, but this is actually a cream highlighter. This is a lightweight cream highlighter infused with ultrafine pearls that reflect light for a glistening glow. And so I intentionally got this one because Allie, she says that she really liked it. So I was very curious to try it out. So yeah, it is a cream highlighter, which is very, very interesting. So yep, touching it is very buttery to the touch. Yep, okay, I can see how hopefully it'll be very dewy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Koki blender here. And then I'm going to press my blender into the product and dab it on that way and see how that applies. Now it might be very hard to tell what is highlighter and what is other product because there's a lot of glow going on. So this might not be the best or easily noticed at least. You can see it. Again, it's hard to tell what is what, but yeah, I mean, I see that beam. Yeah. It's pretty. It is definitely a very dewy looking highlighter, which I think is really cute. Very nice. All right, that is the highlighter. Let's move on to lips here now. And for lip liner, I got their Petal Pout lip liner, and the shade I picked up is Toffee Caramel. Ooh, okay. So here is the packaging. Comes with a sharpener on one side, which is very nice. And then here is the product. I'll go ahead and swatch it for you so you can kind of see the color. Ooh, yes. Ooh, I'm excited for that color. That is a beautiful color. And this says it is a smooth, creamy lip liner that defines lips and prevents feathering. Okay, so let's go ahead and line and fill in the lips. Okay, I was a little messy with it on the lower lip, but there is the lip liner applied. That color is beautiful. I really like how that's feeling. It is not drying or uncomfortable on the lips here at all. Applied really quick, really smooth. So far, so good with the liner. Loving that. And then for lipstick, there it is. For lipstick, we also got the Petal Pout lip color. And I picked up their shade 20 Naked Blush Matte. Okay. And so here is what the packaging looks like. And the thing that I find really cool is that it has like the similar thing to like what the setting powder has. It has this little flat base on it, which is nice so that things don't roll around. But opening this up, ooh, here is what the lipstick looks like. Nice, very excited. So let's go ahead and apply this to the lips. Okay, that lip color is applied. This looks and feels beautiful. And then I went ahead and just kind of did a little bit more lining of the pencil, because the lip is a little bit lighter, a little bit more pinky. And this lip liner is just a little bit darker. So I wanted to create a little bit of shadowing with that. And I think that looks so pretty. Hopefully you guys can see how beautiful my lips look. I'm very happy with it. It's matte, but it feels really, really comfortable on the lips here, which I love. Doesn't seem to really be emphasizing any dryness on the lips, which I have a lot of dryness. Yeah, I think that's looking beautiful. So let's grab the last product here now, which is the setting spray. Okay, they've got a couple on the site here. The setting spray I grabbed is the Flower Seal the Deal Long Lasting Spray. So it looks like this, got a beautiful little purple lid. This is a sweat-proof and rub-resistant barrier. Ooh, very fun. Very fun, very nice. Keeps your makeup fresh all day long. Now, what is the finish for this? Long-lasting setting spray, sweat-proof. For a fresh, just applied look that lasts all day long. Beautifully matte all day long. Okay. Interesting. Let's see how much it pulls away a lot of the glow and stuff that we've got going on the face. All right, so opening it up, looks like this. Let's give her a Mr. Test. That feels like it's gonna be a very fine mist. Ooh, I'm excited about that. Let's spray this all over our face. It smells good too. Feels so nice. Just a little bit of dropleting, so I will dab that up. I want to add so much more of this. It just feels so nice. It smells good. Okay, the face is set. Honestly, the mattifying part of it, I'm not seeing a whole lot of that. The face definitely still has a good amount of lume and glow coming from all of the other glowy products. But I mean, yeah, it feels set. Feel a lot more set than I did previously. That mister felt so nice and so cooling. Ooh, yes, I was very excited about that. That was nice. So let's take these clips down. Okay. So here is the fully finished look. And I feel beautiful in this makeup. That was something that they mentioned on the front, is just feeling beautiful and excited about the makeup that you're playing with and using. And I definitely, that was achieved. Yes, I feel good in this makeup, I feel beautiful in this makeup, and I'm loving it. I'm happy with the look. Let me know what you guys think of the look as well in the comments, and let's start talking about the products here individually. So we started off with the concealer, and I'm gonna say yes for now to this guy. I'm not too sure where it's gonna sit in the collection because I did notice creasing both on the eyes and under the eyes as well. So not my favorite thing, but it did blend away. It has not come back. So I do want to mess around with it a little bit more. I'm not too sure where I sit on it, so it is a yes for now. And then we did the eyes. We used the eyeshadow palette here, Desert Lights. Oh my goodness, yes, of course this is a yes. I am obsessed with how my eye look looks right now. I honestly don't mind that there's not any matte base down because the shimmers are too beautiful. This is, the way that they all work together is so beautiful. So I am obsessed, hooked right away, love every color. This is a yes. And then we did the mascara. My hair is all over my eyeballs. Then we did the mascara, this guy right here. I'm also going to say yes to this. I do love how the eyelashes are looking. Not as lengthy, of course, as I would like, but I do like the drama. They definitely are noticeable. Probably not my favorite for the bottom. I do typically like to use a separate mascara, one that has a smaller, slimmer brush. That's just a little bit easier for my smaller lashes. But on the upper lash, yes, for sure. This is a yes. Then we went into the face and we did the primer. So the In Your Prime, their hydrating primer. This one's gonna be a yes for now. I do want to use it a couple more times. I want to use it in combination with other primers to see how it works. I loved the hydrating and the cooling feel that it had. And I do think that the makeup is sitting over top of it really, really nicely. I'm not seeing a whole lot of bunching. We just had that little situation with the concealer under the eyes, but for the most part, the rest of the makeup on the face is sitting really, really nicely. So I do want to say yes for now. Use it with a couple of other primers as well, because I do just like using combinations of primers. One that has blurring and pore filling, and then something like this that's good for hydration. So yes for now. And then we did the foundation. This guy is also a yes. I don't know if it's a yes or a yes for now. I guess that makes it a yes for now. I've got a lot of foundations, and so I'll definitely have to use it a couple more times. I do love how the skin is looking. It's not creasing up necessarily. I always get a lot of like bunching and stuff up here. So I mean, everything on the face is looking really, really nice. I guess the dewiness was the thing that was throwing me off. So as long as I can use other powders and stuff that set that down just fine, that maybe won't even be an issue. So it's a yes. I liked how it felt. It feels really great on the face. It is a very light to medium coverage, which is honestly really nice. I don't like having a heavy, heavy full coverage look. So yes, it is a yes. And then we set everything down with the powder. This is the one I'm just so torn about. Let's get really close up. I don't think so. I don't think this powder is for me. Just a little too much pearl for my personal preference, I would say. So I am gonna say no to the powder. It did set things down. That did feel really, really nice. If you are somebody who enjoys that pearl everywhere on the face, maybe this is a product for you. It's just not the product for me. Then we did the brows. And for the brow pencil, I'm gonna say yes. I liked how quick the brows filled in. I love the blonde shade that this specific pencil is. A very easy formula to use, so that is a yes. And then the brow gel as well, even though it's a little darker, which is not always my favorite thing when it shifts the brows just a little bit darker than what the pencil did, because the pencil looked really, really nice. I am also gonna say yes. The brow hairs are staying in place so nicely. And I can't feel it at all, which is so cool. I've mentioned in previous videos that I like that tacky feeling knowing that the brows aren't moving. So it's a little odd for me to not feel that. But being that this is a tinted brow gel and it has that strong hold, I'm really, really happy about that. So this is a yes. Next, we went back to the face and we applied the bronzer. This is also a yes. This is probably, aside from the eyeshadow, because that is amazing, this is probably number 2 for me. I love bronzers and I love the shade of this bronzer. I love the cool tone that it is, that it provides a good sculpt, but the subtle, very subtle. I've got a lot of glowy products going on in the face, but I think the subtle little glowiness of it can be really, really pretty. So this guy is a yes. And then we went into blush. This guy right here, I'm gonna say no. I just don't think I'll find myself reaching for this golden kind of glowy this more golden kind of glowy blush. It is a very beautiful blush, but I generally gravitate more towards matte blushes. So it is very beautiful. I do like how it's looking here on the skin, but it's a no for me. And then next is the highlighter. And this one is gonna be a yes for now. I do wanna use it a couple more times because it's hard to see what is highlighter and what is other products with all the other glowy products that are going on. That I do wanna use this separate with more matte products to see how dewy and how glowy it can actually be. So this guy is a yes for now. Next, we applied the lip liner, and this is a yes as well. I love this color. I love how quick this applied. Feels so comfortable on the lips. Yes, definite yes. And then same with the lipstick. Similar situation. Love how it feels on the lips. Love the matte finish of it. Not emphasizing any texture or dryness or anything like that on the lips. So this is a yes. And lastly, the setting spray. Also a yes. I feel set. I love how this finished everything off. The face feels nice and set. Even though it says it's matte, I don't think it does too much altering to the makeup going on underneath, which is something I always really, really like. If I've got my shine where I want it, I've got my matte products where I want them, I want a setting spray that's just gonna set everything in place and not change that finish necessarily. So I'll have to use it with other combinations of products and stuff to see if that's really the case. But I didn't find that it really did mattify anything on this very glowy look. But it felt very cooling, the mist was really nice, and I do feel set, so that is a yes. Alrighty, and that is all of the products. We are only passing on 2 of them, so that means we're holding on to 12 products, I believe, which is a good amount of products to be holding on to. So I am very happy and very excited about that. I just realized I did not tell you guys what the full cost of this face was. So we're gonna go through that now. So the full face for the 14 products that we used is $158.86. So I think this is somewhat considered a drugstore brand. I don't know. I think they're in Walmart's. I've not seen them in like the Targets and stuff nearby me. I believe you can get them at, yes, you can get them at Ulta. I ordered this off of Ulta. You can get it at Ulta, in their drugstore section, I believe. So, for $158 being drugstore, I kind of consider that right at the top of like, I mean, I don't know. It's so hard. Pricing is so hard. For $158 being drugstore, and the fact that we're holding on to 12 of the products, I do actually think that is a fairly good price. It is slightly up there in the drugstore price, but for the performance of most of the products, I mean, I'm really, really happy with it. So, yeah, that is going to be everything for this video. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below what you think of the look. If you guys have any more brand recommendations for these brand new face videos, I would love to add them to the list of so many brands. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if you want to be notified of the next time that I post, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified. And that's everything. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.